Of course, here on Oahu, we're bracing the calm before the storm, and right now we have a very special guest.
Yeah, joining us live by phone, Honolulu Mayor Kurt Caldwell. Thank you so much for joining us, Mayor. And what can you tell us about the latest in terms of closures and damages?
Yeah. Okay, Christine and Ross, we really appreciate all you're doing to bring information to your viewers. We have learned that about 4 roofs have blown off of homes. There are trees down, tree limbs down. What we're seeing is these strong gusty trades that are a result of Lane creating a low pressure below us and sucking these trades through the valleys and over the mountaintops and accelerating the wind. That's going to continue until Lane gets closer. And so we're asking people to be very vigilant, and it's the reason why we've asked everyone to shelter in place and not be out on the roads. Some news, as you probably know, Hurricane has Lane has slowed down to 2 miles an hour and not turning yet. In fact, the wind shadow of Mauna Kea has actually sucked Lane a little bit to the east, closer to the Hawaiian Islands, which is not good news. Now, once it gets beyond the shadow of Mauna Kea into the Alenuihaha Channel, it should start to encounter both the gusty trades and the wind shear, and hopefully that will destabilize Lane and weaken Lane, which is all good news. But we still got to be ready for the worst here and hope for the best. We're heading to the EOC for the visitor industry at the convention center to talk about water safety because we have so many visitors in the water. I was down there yesterday. We had large surf, faces of, 6 to 7 feet, and visitors in the water when they shouldn't have been. And so I'm going down with the head of our lifeguards to meet the visitor industry and then head into Waikiki to really make the point I just heard you making about it's not safe to go into the water. Even though the surf has dropped back down and we can't explain exactly why, stay out of the water, stay home, and be safe.
Now, Mayor, you did mention, of course, the storm slowing down even more, 2 miles per hour. And the one concern there is that when the storm is slowing down dramatically, the chance of flooding increases. Are you concerned even more about that now?
Yes, absolutely. It's why we alerted everyone through the siren warning system yesterday, was to help people know that if you're in a low-lying area, if you're next to a stream, if you don't feel safe, you should shelter with a family or a friend, or go into one of the 20 shelters. Now, it's worked because we have over 1,000 people in our shelters. That's the most I've ever seen in my 6 years as mayor. And we're very pleased to see that. But we want people to continue to be aware that as Lane passes by, very broad storm, a lot of moisture. We saw what happened on the east side of the Big Island, and that could happen on this island for sure. So this is not over. And even with the weakening of the storm, the amount of moisture remains. And Lane is projected to turn just south of the island of Oahu. As it turns, it's going to be moving slowly with a lot of bands of rain. And so we're asking everyone to please stay in place, shelter in place, or move to higher ground if you're concerned because you're in an area that's flooded before. We're going to start to see the real onslaught they're projecting at around 2 this afternoon, going through the evening into tomorrow. So preparing now, being careful now, is going to be better for all of us later, particularly as we enter the evening hours.
Mayor Caldwell, can you give your final thoughts in terms of, for our viewers, what they need to be doing?
I think at this point they need to be making sure they have their plan and that they have their food and they have their water. They're talking to their neighbors and friends and family around them to see if they can help each other and spend the day together, not outdoors but indoors, and be prepared and to stay tuned and to take action if necessary.
Now, Mayor Caldwell, we did talk to the other mayors by phone as well, and they're telling us that this is a different storm, a storm they haven't seen before. Would you agree? And also, you talked about preparations. Can you kind of talk to the people of Oahu and tell them how prepared the city and county is for something like Lane?
Well, one, I'd agree with our fellow mayors that we've never seen something like this before. A hurricane that is, taking a direct aim towards up the island chain, a hurricane that has hung around for a long time, really slowing down with a lot of moisture, This is something that doesn't occur. And, of course, it was a Category 5 at one point. It's the only second Category 5 that's approached close to the Hawaiian Islands in a very, very, very long time. The City and County of Honolulu, working with their partners at the state level and the federal level, are preparing as much as possible. We have our assets deployed. We have them in places for after lane passes. We sat down with both the U.S. Coast Guard, with the military, to make sure we're coordinating with the other, and of course the state of Hawaii. And I have to say, as mayor in my 6 years, I've never seen more coordination between all the partners, being initiated and brought together by the state, by Governor Ige. These briefings, we're going to do another one at noon today. Before we get together, before we actually brief the press, we get together and share what we're each doing. And I think this is really critical to respond once lane impacts are made known right here on the island of Oahu. So I think we're as prepared as possible, but we're always looking to be better.
Mayor Caldwell, I know you're on the road right now. Could you share what you're seeing on the road?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, we're going down Kapiolani Boulevard right now, and the good news, it's pretty much empty. There are some cars, and there's a police car right in front of us, but it's pretty empty. I'm pleased to see that. And while we do have a few pedestrians out and about walking around, for the most part, it's pretty quiet. And that is a good sign that people are heeding the warnings being put out by your station.
All right, and of course, Mayor Caldwell, you're talking about the partnerships, working with the other counties, working with the governor, and also working with FEMA as well and volunteers just to keep everyone safe and prepared for Lane.
That's absolutely correct. And I want to thank you for your keeping your viewers informed, and I think it's working.
All right, well, we thank you so much, Honolulu Mayor Kurt Caldwell, for taking the time to join us here on Wake Up Today live by phone.
Thank you very much. Mahalo.
And Mayor Caldwell mentioned that he's heading to the Convention Center for the EOC meeting. They're going to get together and meet at noon, and then, of course, they'll brief the press on what they're talking about.
Of course, we will keep you posted on that here at KHON as well as online at KHON2.com.